Welcome back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. Like that's one said earlier, we are going to talk about exploring herbal medication, everything that has to do with herbal medicine, and we're opening the phone lines. And we have Dr. Prince OSEI, who is the Vice President for the Ghana Association of Medical Herbalists, and also the head of the herbal medicine unit in Nsawim Government Hospital. Yes, and this morning we haven't seen him in a long time, and he's here. How are you?
I'm well, Nanaya.
We miss you.
Don't go.
We miss you.
You want to hide so.
You see.
I was always here on original.
Yeah. Last 2 weeks and last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks and last. Even yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Anyway,
Yeah.
good to see you.
Yeah, good to
great
see
to
you.
be here.
I hope
Great
everything
to be
is fine.
Very well. Very well.
Doc, let's just dive into the conversation of herbal medicine. But first of all, even before we talk about what exactly it is there a difference between traditional medicine and herbal medicine?
Okay. Traditional medicine is quite broad.
Okay.
People sort of mix them together. So traditional medicine is everything involving herbal medicine.
Okay.
You know, in Ghana here, when we talk about traditional medicine, spirituality is part of it. So you go to your pastor, the pastor prays and gives you some herbs to go and use. That is traditional medicine. That's not really herbal medicine.
Okay.
Herbal medicine is mostly scientific.
Okay.
So anyone who is practicing herbal medicine, so for our association that you mentioned, the Association of Medical Herbalists, we believe that the healing property of herbs is within the active ingredients, the phytochemical ingredients of the plant, and not any spiritual thing.
Okay.
So if you go to your malam, your fetish priest, and the person gives you herbs, the person is practicing traditional medicine.
Okay.
Yes, so those are the differences. Mostly people misinterpret.
Yes, that's what I wanted to clarify.
Yes, so traditional medicine is quite broader.
Okay.
Herbal medicine is an aspect of traditional medicine.
Okay.
Yes, so someone can practice herbal medicine without believing in the spirituality and all that. Okay. And most people too believe that the spirituality part plays a major role in herbal medicine and traditional medicine.
Before I move on to my next question, like that's one said, the number will be on your screen. You get to call in, ask any question. Dr. Prince OSEI said to answer all the herbal myth, herbal conversation, herbal answers that you need. And the number will be on your screen very soon. But it's 055 0090702 055 There you have it on your screen. Doc, now let's continue the conversation. How is this herbal medicine, playing a vital role in our healthcare system in Ghana?
Okay, so even within the world, WHO believes that there are about 60 to 70% of people resort to herbal medicine usage when they have any illness. And in Ghana here, and even in the rural areas, the number can shoot up to 80%. People mostly would want to treat themselves using herbal medicine before, if anything, go to the hospital. Yeah, so it plays a very major role. That's why in Ghana here, the subsequent previous governments from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's time, they all made an effort to make the herbal medicine practice in Ghana more appreciable. So there have been associations and policies about herbal medicines and all that. And now the current one that we are enjoying is people having the right to choose between herbal medicine and orthodox medicine when they go to the government facilities. Okay. Yeah, so for now, as it stands, when you go to any government facility, you have the option to either use herbal medicine or traditional medicine or orthodox medicine. So that's how far our herbal medicine had developed into. So it plays a very major role because all these practitioners, the practitioners of herbal medicines and all that, they contribute to the primary healthcare needs of the people. When someone goes to a traditional medicine practitioner and the person doesn't take good care of the person, in effect, it will affect the general healthcare system. Yeah. I remember when I moved to Nsawim at first, there wasn't any herbal unit there. So we tend to have cases of people coming in with all sort of conditions as a result of abuse of herbal medicine. Okay. So people didn't know where to go to receive good herbal medicines. But now that we came into the system, things are changing. So the practitioner plays a very major role when it comes to the practice of herbal medicine. And with herbal medicine, I always say that the issues, the myth and everything about herbal medicine doesn't have to do with the herbal medicine itself. It has to do with the practitioner.
Okay.
So if the practitioner doesn't know what he or she is giving to the patient, that is where all these issues come in. Yeah. So if you come to me and I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know the pathophysiology of your condition, I'll just consider that maybe the headache you are having may be just headache, and I'll give you something for the headache. But there may be something which
underlying
is
illness.
Yes, and if I don't investigate further to find out, I may just be treating it within the surface, and you end up giving the person so much herbal medicine. There are some herbal medicines that people take and they get some reaction. You go back to the practitioner, and the practitioner, because the practitioner doesn't know, he'll give you another herbal medicine to treat the side effect that you are having.
Yeah.
But if you knew that that herbal medicine could cause that, you could have advised the person that when you start taking it, maybe this is what you experience. And if it's self-limiting, if it's something that it will go on its own, you don't necessarily have to add on another medicine too, because the more the person takes various medicine, that is what causes these kidney and liver issues and all that.
Doc, it's interesting to hear that you're saying that now we can choose whether to take this drug or the herbal drug. Does it mean that herbal medicine can solve a lot of our sicknesses that ordinarily would have the orthodox
majority of the conditions, unless surgical cases.
Really?
Yes, unless surgical. If the case is not a surgical case, herbal medicine would be able to treat it. Yes, so for surgical cases, I'm talking about the hernias, I'm talking about huge uterine fibroids, and I'm using the word huge because with some of the small fibroids, herbal medicines are able to treat it.
Yeah.
Yes, but for hernia, no, and I get that a lot, that people claim that their medicine can treat hernia. If you know the pathophysiology of hernia, you know that no medicine can treat hernia. Yes, so sometimes, as I said earlier on, the problem of herbal medicine has to do with the practitioner. So if the practitioner, let's say Desmond is a herbal medicine practitioner, you go to him, and because he doesn't really know, you start, mostly when people start having rumbling abdomen and all that, start hearing noise in the abdomen, they feel it's hernia.
Okay.
So you come to him and he'll tell you that, oh, I think I'm having hernia, and you give some medicine and those noise and all that stops. The person might think that the medicine you gave him
has stopped the hernia.
Yes, has stopped the hernia. Someone will have a real hernia and will come to you, you give the same medicine and it wouldn't be working. Because hernias, the pathophysiology of hernia shows that there is no medicine that can really treat the hernia. But if the person doesn't know, if the practitioner doesn't know, that is where all these things go on. So we hear that a lot. People come to me at his home that they have hernia and they want medicine. But you examine, and this is real hernia that no medicine can really treat. So you have to refer the person to the surgical. Some people will go, some will still want to go to the indigenous practitioners. They will go and later will still come back that the hernia is still there.
Okay. So we're asking you to call us and share with us any concerns that you have about herbal medicine. Dr. Osei is here to sort them out, to answer your questions. So do well to call us. The number is on your screen, and ask. One of the very important questions that I hope that you'd call and ask is that some of the challenges that a lot of people have with herbal medicine is If you've encountered that, let us know. Give us a call. So, Doc, why is it like that?
It's partially true. Yes, it's partially true because, you know, when it comes to even with the coconut milk that you mentioned, you mentioned that it has anti-inflammatory property. It has this, it has that.
Yes.
That's with herbal medicine.
Okay.
So if you take, let's say, garlic. Garlic contains anti-inflammatory properties. It has anti-inflammatory properties. So if someone has joint pains, as you are saying, you have pains in your joints. If someone is having, it also thins the blood. So if someone has high cholesterol and all that, it can help. If someone is experiencing recurrent infection, it's an immune booster. So it can help in that regard. So if someone uses only garlic to prepare a medicine, he can say that it can treat pains, it can treat hypertension, it can treat diabetes, it can treat infections, and the person might not be wrong, because the literature of garlic shows that it has all these properties.
Yeah.
But the issue is that after you've prepared the medication, you need to take it to the authorities for them to test whether what is in the literature is what we are having. Because sometimes how you extract the plant or how you prepare it may cause some of the active ingredients you may lose some of the active ingredients. So maybe the garlic that you've prepared, you might have lost the anti-inflammatory properties. So yours might not be able to solve pain, but it can do something else. That's why after you prepare the medicine, you need to take it to the Center for Plant Medicine Research or KNUST for them to do the analysis on it to find out which conditions that it can treat. And the FDA too will have to certify. So for now, any product that you see more than 3 indications on it, there is the likelihood that the medicine is not registered. Because when it goes through the FDA, they scrutinize it. So those claims that you've written, I see some of the herbal medicine and they've written hernia and all those things on it. Straightforward, I can tell that medicine is not registered because FDA will never register any medicine for hernia treatment. Because as I mentioned, the pathophysiology of hernia and all that wouldn't allow herbal medicine to be able to treat it. So those are some of the things that we have to look out.
Thanks for clarifying or explaining that. I mean, now, let's talk about the dosage that is associated with herbal medicine. For me, mostly when I'm treating any vaginal infection, I go for herbal medicine. I don't go for the other pharmaceutical medicine. Now, when you buy the herbal medicine, it comes in 5s, 4s. When I say 5s,
5 bottles.
5 bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's like a capsule, hey, and yeah, ciao. Yes. And you have to take them more often, and the dosages always increase. Why is it so?
So one funny thing, when I started at this, one patient came in with a gallon.
A gallon of what?
Like an empty gallon.
Oh, okay.
So he came in. The first day, I didn't really find out why he brought a gallon. So I saw him and gave him the medication. He went home. The next day when he was coming, he was still holding the gallon. So I said, let me ask, what was the gallon for? So he told me, oh, say a beji bibi draw the old kodia. I was a gallon. So I ready. So those were the earlier parts. Now we have ways to concentrate herbal medicines that you don't have to take it in those high dosages. There are herbal medicines that you take it once a day and it's able to work. So it depends on how you prepare it and all that. But with the dosages, herbal medicines are generally safe. If I say generally safe, they are compared to the orthodox medicines. Herbal medicines are safe. When in pharmacology, we have something called the TD50. That's the toxic dose, the quantity of the medicine that can cause effect on the person who is taking it. So for herbal medicines, mostly the TD50s are high. So you can take a whole bottle of herbal medicine and you may not have any effect, but you can overdose just paracetamol and you have some serious effects. Yes. So herbal medicines are generally safe, and also, depending on how you prepare, that's those who do the decoctions. Those are the medicines that you have to take it in bulk, because those ones, they've not really extracted much of the active ingredients. But now we have tinctures. For the tincture, we have a medicine in our facility that you take 5 ml. So 5 ml of the medicine and you dilute it with water and take, and it's once a day. Yes, so there are things are changing.
Things are changing.
Things are changing.
Things are changing, I mean, we might visit this conversation again, whether Dr. Prince Osei is in the studio or he's in the hospital, and then we will have a conversation via Zoom. But then, thank you very much this morning for educating us, explaining these herbal medicine. I mean, we have to explore more because we get to Dr. Prince Osei as the Vice President of the Ghana Association of Medical Herbalists. I mean, he's ready and every time willing to explain certain things to us. So we shouldn't be afraid. Even if you don't see him here, you can follow up at Nsawam Government Hospital.
Thank you very
much. Thank you very much. Okay.